over and over and over and over again. Focused attention and intentional isolation. I realize now that they literally go hand in hand. Why is that, you ask? Easy. Wherever you focus your attention, whatever you think about the most, wherever you're putting your mind on, that is where your energy is going. That could be a person, a place, a thing, a thought, anything. That's where your energy is going. When you intentionally isolate, you're intentionally putting your focus on yourself. Yeah. So all the things that you would normally be distracted by are no longer a distraction. So why is this important? Think of light refraction. Think about a beam of sunlight in a magnifying glass. If you want to start a fire, you break up the kindling, you take the magnifying glass, or even like a little bag of water, and you angle it just right. And then you create a focused beam of light until there's a fire, right? Yeah, it's the same thing with your attention. Because when you have your attention and you're intentional about where you place your focus, it's amplifying. All those things are being reflected in everything around you, whatever that is, good or bad. The way you think, the way you believe, how you move, everything that's happening in your life is a reflection of where your focus lies. Even from the way your body is, it is a reflection of where your focus and intention lie. Say truth. No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself. Something I had to learn for myself is apparently the masses focus on themselves more. And in order to become what you desire, you have to give that same focus to yourself. You have to learn to focus on yourself. You have to learn that everything around you is a reflection of where your focus was. So, in order to become what you desire, you have to shift your focus. I know that this whole idea of intentional isolation is so scary to so many people. But here's the caveat of that. To say that you are afraid of isolation because you're afraid to be alone, because you're going to be lonely, just know that being alone and being lonely are not the same. They are not. There have been so many times that I've been in rooms full of people and I felt lonely. But there have been so many times that I have been completely alone and I have felt loved. I felt secure. I felt cherished, taken care of. It's all about your mindset. Ask yourself, where in my life did I feel abandoned? Because a lot of those moments when you don't want to be alone is because you had these experiences, these moments, these times in your life when you were forced to be alone, but that was the last thing you desired. It can be scary to learn to be alone with yourself. This is why there are so many distractions. This is why there are so many outings. There's so many activities that you can become a part of. There are so many groups you can join. There's so many everything's that you can do as a form of escapism. But what if you took all that energy that is normally poured into escapism and you say, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to improve myself. I'm going to improve my environment. I'm going to improve my mind. I'm going to improve my body. I'm going to focus my energy back on me because I desire to be a better version of me. What if you did that? What if instead of going to have that cigarette, you're just like, okay, every time I want a cigarette, I'm going to do some squats. Every time I want to go get drunk, I'm going to have 4 glasses of water. Every time I feel anxious, I'm a practice diaphragmatic breathing. Do you know what that is? Diaphragmatic breathing is intentional breathing. You go, you want to hold it for a little bit. The more you practice this, the better. I know sometimes when I talk, I seem like I never breathe. Even sometimes when I sing, I seem like I'm never breathing. I do breathe. I just don't need as many breaths as the average person. It's because I intentionally practice intentional breathing. Your lungs, they're like little balloons. And with that kind of breathing, the diaphragmatic breathing, you're actually increasing the capacity of your lungs with every intentional breath. So think of it like this. You know, when you get a balloon and it's the very first time you blow it up, you are, and you can barely get it to expand. So that's because it's never used. You know, most people don't even use their full lung capacity ever. It's the same thing. So when you really get into intentional breathing, you'll learn that every time you do it, you can hold your breath a little longer. You can exhale a little longer. You can even inhale a little longer. And eventually, you'll be able to just not have to have as many breaths. That could actually save your life one day. You will be able to run a little longer on a run. You will be able to just catch yourself whenever people are smoking around you. Take a good old inhale, walk right past them without ever having to inhale. I do that a lot. It comes in quite handy on so many facets. Again, that is one of those things where you're turning that intention, that focus back to yourself. You are not always in control of the way that others perceive you, but you are in control of how you perceive yourself. How do you control the way you perceive yourself? Well, you have to be intentional about it. You have to wake up every day and say, you know what? I'm excited about what's going to happen today. I'm excited about how great I'm going to be today. I'm excited about how much better my life can be. You also focus on those gratitudes. Focus, attention. Remember, magnifying glass, and now we're intentionally putting our focus on things that matter. Gratitudes. I am intentionally focusing on my gratitudes. I do it all the time. One of the ways that I am intentionally focusing on my own gratitudes is by after I bless my food, I tell my food thank you. Think about it. Especially being an omnivore, I eat meat and vegetables. So even plants have feelings. Plants are sentient beings, just like animals have feelings. So know that everything you ingest has a life force. It has life in it. And when it doesn't, you can see when the life force is drained away from it. So I like to tell my food, thank you for your energy. Thank you for your life force. Thank you for making me stronger, healthier. Thank you for giving me all your gifts. A lot of times people are trained or taught or brought up in the beliefs that they need to thank God for everything. Yes, you should give God thanks for everything that He does for you. But what if you also have thanks for your water? What if you also have thanks for your drink? What if you have thanks for your food? What if you have thanks for your environment? What if you have thanks for your plants? Everyone's always talking about Markette. You have the greenest thumb. Why are your plants so green? Why are your plants always thriving? Because they know I have grace for them. I am grateful for them. I am thankful for them. I take care of them from a place of gratefulness because I am grateful that I can afford to take care of my plants. I am in abundance because I know that everyone does not have the ability to have plants. Everyone does not have the ability to have a yard. Everyone does not have the ability to have a home. I am grateful for these things. I am grateful that I am brave enough to get on camera and say my thoughts openly. I am grateful that I am improving on being able to emote these same feelings in a personal space with people. Oh, that's actually scary to me, but I can do it. We can do anything we put our minds to. I realized that in life, we have these narratives of other people's opinions matter. But I've come to the realization that other people's opinions are like buttholes. Most people have them. Most people only, well, some people like stuff going out. Some people like stuff going out and in. None of my business. None of my business. I realized that everything that I pay attention to is costing a little bit of my life force. Just like everything you give attention to is taking a little bit of your life force. And if everything, and since everything is energy, when you decide to focus on anything, ask yourself, how much of my life force am I willing to give this issue? Ask yourself that. Like today, I woke up to the news that my aunt, that used to babysit me as a child, passed away today. I I didn't cry for her. And I'm starting to realize I haven't cried for the last few people that I found out has died in my family, but I feel like so many people are dying that at this point, I'm going to constantly be in a state of grief if I allow myself to give that energy. Does it mean that I did not love these people because I'm not boohooing over them? Absolutely no. I did love them. I still love them. But I also realized that energy doesn't can't be destroyed. Energy can't be destroyed. It is transformed. So you can choose to be sad. You can choose to linger in the good memories or the bad. You can choose if you're going to focus on, oh, they're gone. I should, coulda, woulda, had a boost. Or you could be like, I am so grateful for the time that I had with them. I am so grateful for all the things I learned from them. I know that their energy is going to go on to be great in whatever facet God has for their energy, good or bad. Because you know why? Whatever happens after a person dies is based off of where they put the focus. I have no control over that. So why should I give energy to something I have no control over? Why should you continue to give energy to people, places, and things that you have no control over? What does it serve you to give energy to things that are not in your control? Does it make it feel better? Can it make you sick? Is there some other way that you could have used that energy to make life better? Yeah, there is. I'm learning that we have so much more control over things in our life than we could ever fathom. We have so much more control over our thoughts, our feelings, our energy than we could ever imagine. You choose to be sad. Like I told you before, feelings only not last for 90 seconds. 90 seconds. A minute and a half. Anything you feel for more than a minute and a half is a choice. I'm even learning that with a lot of pain, because let's face it, let's call a thing a thing. I tend to bump into inanimate objects. I tend to just, let's say, not I tend to, let's say, according to the last 42 years of my life, I have ran into some walls. I have dropped some stuff and caught it midair. I have just dropped some stuff and just dropped it. Was like, oops. I have lost count on how many times I have stubbed my toe. But you know what? I'm actually becoming more intentionally aware of my surroundings and the things around me. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. But I'm realizing again that is still controlling my focus. We have so much more control over everything in our life. We are creating and curating a life based off of what we focus on. Your life is literally a mirror of whatever you focus on the most. So, is your focus scattered on this person likes me, this person hates me, this person likes me, this person hates me, this person likes me, this person hates me? Oh, but all these people are observing. I don't know how they feel about me. I care. Why? Why do you care so much, sir or ma'am or other, whatever you consider yourself? Why do you care? What does it benefit you to care so much about these other people's feelings, especially when they're negative? One of the things I'm learning for myself, I hear positivity. I focus on the positivity. I am in love with the positivity. I see the negativity as attention, especially on social media. My algorithm is like, whoa, you see how all these little negative Nancy's, all these little trolls keep putting all these little comments. Oh, look at the attention, the intention. We're going to boost your algorithm. You can do the same thing in life. Let the attention, the focus, good or bad, push you, motivate you, and inspire you to be a better person and a better you. Why? Because that's the only thing you have control over. You cannot control the people around you. You cannot control the negativity. You cannot control life. Life is going to life no matter who you are. You can be intentional, intentional about your focus, about the way you feel, about the way you think. You can do this. And whenever you find yourself getting lost in your thoughts, in your feelings, in your heart from things that are not progressing you to something that's going to make your life better, stop yourself. Be like, whoa, I've given more than 90 seconds to a thought that is not serving me. Huh. Okay. I am grateful that I can breathe. I am grateful that I can stand. I am grateful that I am amazing. Thank you, God. It is all about shifting your focus. It is all about shifting your perspective. It is all about being intentional about your intentions. So today, I plan on being great. I plan on being intentional about my intention and my focus, like I just did today with this video. I hope it helps you. Please don't ask me how I came up with this. God just tells me things and I just go off the top of my head. Hey, but we're 2 for 2. I feel like this is really going to inspire so many people. So thank you for watching. I love you. And I know that you're going to practice gratitude today because I believe in you. All right. Later, y'all.